rip her down or whatever.
Let's burn her down. Let's do it.
Take her and rip her, Chris.
Why, hello there, and welcome to Futon Talks. I am your host, Christopher Midling, joined as always by my best friend, Joshua Castro. You look beautiful. And just for today, we have a very special guest. He's the best little boy in the world, Renn with 2 N's from RennsReviews.
Hey, D's.
Yes.
There you go.
How you doing, my friend?
Good.
Good.
Doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Yeah. Sweltering.
Fabulous.
Sweltering and fabulous. Very good.
Thank you so
too
much
hot
for...
here.
Oh, sorry, Josh.
You're fine, excuse me.
Oh. Just going to thank our guest for joining us for a very special...
I don't do
Futon
that,
Talk.
so...
Thanks for inviting me on. I don't get a lot of invitations. And I might keep turning around.
That's crazy.
Because I'll be looking at this little son of a gun.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust him. Sometimes he's
Why
up to
would
no
you?
good.
It's wise.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Yeah.
Well, perfect. Well, that's crazy. You don't get a lot of invites?
Yeah, I get a couple.
Okay.
You know.
I thought your inbox would just be overflowing at all times.
No. People are pretty good about that with me, actually. I don't get too many...
So you
Well,
take
I'm
it as
also
like
pretty
respect,
good.
maybe?
It better be. I don't get like... I'm pretty good at telling someone's intent from like an opening DM, I feel. So it's, once you get enough of a certain type of DM, you know sort of where this person's at age-wise and
Sure.
mentally. And you're like, maybe that's not
Okay.
something. Maybe we
Yeah.
ignore that one. You know?
Maybe we don't pursue this.
Yeah. Let's leave that where it is. Kind of thing.
Sounds like you've had a wild ride with their mail, but
I don't think so. I don't think it's been too bad. But
that's good.
yeah.
Nice.
Compared to our mail.
It could get worse.
I bet.
Well, just going to start with a few get-to-know-you questions as per tradition here on Futon Talks.
Okay, let's do it.
Just want to start with a pretty light one. What is your favorite or your perfect burger?
Oh.
Or do you even like burgers?
Yeah, I like burgers. I love burgers.
Okay, you can stay.
Jeez. So, it's here in Reno. It's slim pickings. Let me tell you. Perfect burger, though. You guys are might see this as blasphemy. I like it when traditional meat, cheese, maybe even a fried egg, bacon, but instead of regular buns, it's a donut as the
Hello.
buns. Have you ever had that?
No.
No,
I had that.
I'm still alive today. That's why.
You can feel it hurting your body as you eat it, but
Oh my gosh!
it works. Let me tell you.
That?
Wow.
I'd say
believe
just try
you.
it once. You gotta try it.
I mean, for me, that's just like putting maple syrup on eggs and sausage in the morning. You know?
Yeah, I had one that had
a good
maple
thing.
syrup inside the burger.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say it was inside the donut ring, like just full of maple syrup, like a shot you take before you eat the burger.
It might as well have been, honestly.
That's
No,
gosh.
it'll hurt you, but you won't forget it.
It's like
in
a
a good way.
woman.
Yeah, it's like a good woman.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Is there like a particular donut? Like, do you build this yourself, or does this come from a location?
There used to be a food truck here that made them, and then we went to LA a few years ago, and there was a restaurant it was a donut shop that made burgers. So you could pick whatever donut you wanted and whatever burger you wanted. And
Ooh,
yeah, it was
That's a
pretty
beautiful
good.
thing.
Yeah,
What an
it's
idea.
really good.
that was good. That was an exotic answer. I liked that.
Yeah. But I guess just for a more normal, like here in Reno, it's tough. So Five Guys is
Hello.
like
Yes.
one of the best choices here. Yeah, nothing too special about Five Guys. The Willy Wonkas
five
of
of 'em.
burger making, they're called. But,
Yes.
Wow.
Are they actually
Yeah.
I didn't know they murdered children.
Uh-huh.
That's interesting.
That's where the meat
Put
comes
some of
from.
the peanuts. There you go. No wonder it's so
That's the
tender.
mushrooms.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, the
The
mushrooms
mushrooms.
from
I've
their
been
ears.
to.
There you go.
We've driven through Nevada a couple times, and I have
unfortunate.
been to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like northern Nevada a little bit, but
It's not bad.
we stopped by a Burger King, and there were bars on the windows.
Yeah.
Bars on
Oh,
the
okay,
window,
yeah.
and, yeah.
I thought you just meant there was a bar inside.
Yeah.
That would mean it's like
Bar-
a nice, high quality Burger King or something.
That'd be a good thing. No, this is a bad Burger King.
No,
I think
you don't
all of
want
them
me
are
there.
bad, to be frank.
Yes,
This
I
is
agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
That was a good answer.
that was a
Thank
great
you.
answer. That was so unique.
What about
Thank
you, Chris? What's your favorite? What's your perfect burger?
You know,
I mean, we've actually had a whole episode dedicated to burgers,
Oh.
so you're behind the times. But but Chris has a pretty horrible burger that he likes.
horrible.
It's
Okay,
disgusting.
Let's hear it.
I like tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
I'm a fan of tomatoes. So I just
Okay.
like 2 slices. I don't know what's the big deal of 2 slices of
Of
tomato.
tomatoes?
Yeah.
Well, it's one tomato sliced in half, and then the burger's between the tomatoes. That's what he means by 2 slices.
No.
Oh, so it's like an entire tomato? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's disgusting.
I have made a tomato burger before. Where
Okay.
the bun is a tomato. Right?
Oh. Very revolutionary.
Revolutionary.
The tomato is like a show stealer. Right?
Yeah.
Like it takes all the spotlight, and then it's all you got is tomato.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get behind that. I'd rather have a donut.
I agree with you there. I only did it for like a
Admittedly.
stupid video. And I will say the second bite was a lot worse than the first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't that always the way?
I guess so.
true.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
Gotta
But
take
no,
your first impression and run.
I love just a simple. I said it on the podcast, but the best burger is the ones that are like made for you at like a 4th of July party. You know, just the very simple bare bones, the bun, meat, you know, maybe a little mayo and tomato. What else do you
I
need?
ain't gonna lie.
But the
I don't
fried
even
egg is
like
always a
charbroiled
plus.
burgers.
I think I'm with. I'm not a charbroil boy.
Oh,
Put that sucker on a pan, baby. That's
I
how
like-
I feel.
I like something special. You know, I don't want someone's dad shirtless making me a burger. I want a.
that's where the
gourmet.
pride comes from, Renn.
Yeah.
It's the sweat. That's what makes it good.
All right.
The nipple hairs that fall in, perhaps.
Hey,
No,
I
I'm-
can't stop you from liking what you like.
This is true.
Thank you.
Chris is willing, as it were.
But what about you, Josh? Favorite? What's your perfect?
I'm a simple guy. I like smash burgers. That's my favorite thing. I
Oh,
like
I've been there.
smash burgers. Are so good, man. And just tiny little patties, but you get like 2 or 3 of them. Tons of cheese, and then the standard stuff. Pickles. I like onions a lot.
Grilled
a normal
onions.
human amount of tomato. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. So I
you
like,
find
but
smash
I
burger?
definitely.
Where do you find?
You don't like smash burger?
I've never heard of it.
I make them, baby. Well, I
Oh.
don't think I've ever actually been to the place. I just make them. You get like a. This sounds dumb, but you get like a cement scraper, and
Yeah.
you and you like smash it down really, really hard till it's
That's why
like
it's called smash burger.
it's the smashing, Chris. Get your head in the game.
And it cooks faster.
It does. That way you don't have to wait for your food, which is, 90% of the problem with all food.
Oh yeah.
Wait
the
an hour and
waiting.
a half. You ever make a roast? It's like killing yourself slowly. To smell it for hours before it's ready.
Yes.
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 But yeah, that's burgers. That's our little get to know you. Well, that's one of them. We got a
Okay,
couple
what
more
else
for
we
you.
got?
You're not done
Okay.
yet.
Okay. I'm still on the hot seat.
Yeah, calm
What
down.
is something that you have been wrongfully accused of as a child?
Oh God, as a child?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've experienced this. Some people have never experienced this. But if you need time to think, I could go first if you'd like, because I have many of these.
I think I'll need you to go first. 'Cause
That's
I never
totally
thought
fine.
about it.
Now you'll never stop thinking about it. You'll just be bitter for the
Probably.
rest of your life.
Yeah.
So, I was a scapegoat as a child for my sister. She she never listens to the show, so I can say what I want. but she was a lying child for some reason. And the thing that comes to my mind first, and I've told this story to Chris, I think, at least a couple times. It was like my 5th or 6th birthday party. And my family was very frugal. We never like had a cake bought for us. I think this is a pretty common experience, but my mom would make a cake. And it was an event because we didn't have sweets in the house very much. My family didn't even like to go out to like McDonald's. They were just a little bit weird that way. But I remember it was like my 5th or 6th birthday. My mom made me a chocolate cake and they went out for a while. They were going to go get something and then come back. And then when they came back, we were all going to eat my cake together. And my sister told me to go to my room or that there was something waiting for me. Maybe I thought it was a present or something from her. Anyways, I go back and I come back out and she's eaten like a third of my cake, of my birthday cake. And then when my parents get home, she tells them that I ate the birthday cake.
Of course.
With cake all over her face. And then they start fighting about it because my parents would just fight with my sister like cats. They would just get so mad because they wanted her to like tell the truth about what she did because it was so obvious that she was lying. But she never would, Anyways, after they're arguing for 30 minutes, I confess that I ate the cake, having obviously not eaten my own cake because I just want them to stop fighting. And then they punish me for eating my own cake, even though they knew it was my sister. This happened many times.
I feel like maybe you should go to therapy as well as me.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. But there are many stories like this. I might have to tell another one after Chris goes, but it was just
I have
awful.
One. I have one that's similar.
Oh,
yeah.
please.
My dad had this girlfriend who was a stripper, and she had 3 kids. And one of the kids was, I don't know, what would you say, a derelict? She was in her 20s.
Yeah.
I don't know. She ate, there was a box of donuts, and she opened it and started eating it without permission. And I told her, you're not allowed to eat that yet, because I'm like 8. So she took a couple bites and then took her bitten donut and put it, bite down at the back of the thing.
Genius.
And then she said I did it when time came.
She just threw you right under the bus, man.
Yeah. But
It's fantastic.
Wrongfully accused, I don't think anything serious.
Well, that's good.
I saw the film Wrongfully Accused when I was young with Leslie Nielsen.
Oh,
Have you seen that?
I have not seen it.
Okay. Yeah. It's a parody of The Fugitive.
Oh, wow.
Wow. The more you know.
And Leslie Nielsen, that was like after Naked Gun when he was a hot commode with a hot bod.
Here we go.
That's what
He got kind of buff for Naked Gun. If you watch, he has a couple shirtless scenes with Elvis Presley's daughter. And he's a little buff boy. Yeah.
Those are the only scenes I've watched. Just kidding.
Yeah. Have you seen Naked Gun?
I have not. I'm
been
What about
years.
swine.
It's
Clothed
been years. I
Gun?
probably saw it on
Yeah.
probably like AMC or something when I was like 10.
Oh, those are good. The first one, at least. It's good. It's not as good as
Do a
Airplane.
Futon talks on it.
Here we go.
Yeah, do a Futon Talks of Naked Gun. Yeah.
Yes.
love
You
it.
could bring Leslie Nielsen on. You think
Oh,
he might come on?
He's already reached out to
Absolutely.
us like 5 times. So
He's
easy.
my
easy money.
neighbor, actually.
Well, he's actually deceased. So
He's
that's
my
what he
neighbor.
Neighbors from beyond the grave.
said. Yeah.
Wow, you're teaching us all sorts of stuff. OBS, Leslie Nielsen's dead.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm full of knowledge. Ask me anything.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I want to know one more thing from you. Speaking of that, is there like a movie that you watched as a kid that like should not have been allowed, like that scarred you deeply?
Oh yeah.
Tell us.
It was the first Evil Dead.
That'll do it.
That will
Yeah.
do it.
That'll do it.
But now I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. That's like my favorite series of anything.
No way. That's so funny.
Are
It's
you
the
a fan
one
of the
series
remake?
that hasn't let me down. I actually do like the remake.
Me too.
I don't love it,
No.
but I thought it was really fun, and the gore was all practical.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I need me some practical gore.
Of course.
When it's CG, it just doesn't satisfy the bloodlust.
No, of course not.
When it looks believable, when that woman falls on the toilet seat, and then the guy picks up the toilet seat and hits her in the head with it, I'm convinced, and then I'm happy.
That
And
is
I want to be convinced.
disturbing scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Very
Yeah,
realistic.
and then like she gets shot with like a nail gun, and it's all in his hands.
Yeah.
It's
and
awesome.
The tongue splitting
nightmare.
scene.
Yeah,
Ugh.
and the turkey baster cutting off her
Yeah.
arm.
Oh, please.
Or not
Why are there-
baster. I'm getting turkey baster mixed up with Don't Breathe.
I was like, you're thinking
Yes.
about Don't Breathe.
Yeah.
That has a good turkey baster scene. Same
I
director,
once
though.
watched that. Oh my gosh. Is it really the same director?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Isn't he doing the new Leatherface? Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
he's
Just one.
producing.
He's producing it. Oh, okay.
I just saw a thing on Twitter that said he's producing that.
Very nice.
So yeah,
Wow.
Evil
We're
Dead
glad.
scarred me deeply, and just kindled my love for horror. I love horror.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It scarred you and you liked it.
I wanted to defeat the fear,
Ooh.
and then
I like that.
Evil Dead 2 being like a more comedy than horror really helped. And then Army of Darkness was just a full-on slapstick comedy, so it really made the first one a lot more bearable after that.
Oh, I bet.
And now I can handle anything.
Nothing scares me now. I love it.
It takes a lot for a movie or a game to scare me, yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
I remember I was watching someone on your channel. You said something. What was the game that scared you recently? It probably wasn't even
Phasmophobia.
recently. Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
I haven't played it. I pretty much only heard about it through your video because I live under a rock. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, I think it's still got a pretty decent player base.
It's good. Have you heard about Phasmophobia, Chris?
No, I haven't actually. At least I can't recall.
Someone doesn't watch Ren's reviews.
What a
terrible
shyster.
You're pathetic, Chris.
But no, I haven't.
But yeah, we love horror too.
Yeah.
Especially back in the day. Back in the day, as in like 5 years ago, when we first met. Like all we did was watch horror movies together. It was
What's
good
your
times.
favorite series?
Alien. I love Alien. It's almost
Okay.
not even horror, but I love Alien and Aliens.
Yeah.
And then I forget Alien Cubed, but but I love Alien and Aliens so much. They're easily my favorite.
Yes.
I just
What
saw a
about you,
movie
Chris?
called Meander. Oh, I'm sorry. It was
No,
a
you go.
horror movie. It was French, where a woman woke up in a tube, and she was
hate
stuck in all
that.
these tubes. And I liked it. It was pretty cool. I was surprised that I liked it.
I heard about that. I was actually going to watch it or tell my wife about it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I will have to watch it now.
it's a little cheap in one area, and you'll know it when you see it.
Oh, great.
But the effort's there.
I mean, that's all it takes.
The effort's
Passion.
there. Yeah.
I don't know
Meander.
if I
I'll have to
like
look it up.
like when you say series, like movie series that are horror or just anything.
I mean,
I
like
was
TV.
thinking movie.
Movies. I don't know if I think of like any specific horror series. Like maybe Saw is just like good
Those
fun.
are good.
You know,
Yeah.
I like the first Saw.
my wife
This-
got me into the whole series.
I've seen all 9.
All 9? There's 9? Holy crap.
Yeah.
What?
They just had Spiral with Chris
Wow.
Rock.
I still need to see that. I like
You
the
know-
idea of Chris Rock.
I was like, I heard it was totally different.
It was terrible.
Shut up, Chris. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't need to see that movie.
You don't want to see it.
Okay.
You don't.
Well,
It
you
was
saved me
so
some money,
bad.
so thank you.
That's so sad.
Save you time.
But I just recently watched a movie called Martyrs. You probably heard of it.
Oh,
And
the
that was,
French one, right?
Yeah, the French one.
Okay, good.
That was pleasant.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's pleasant.
Yeah.
I love foreign films. Like
Yeah.
they always get under my skin. That's the best part.
Have you seen the foreign film called Under the... Wait, no, that's not. Under the Skin. There's a French one where this woman is eating her own body. Like she cuts off. I think it's called Dan's Mapow, Under My Skin, or In the Skin, something like that.
I feel like I have.
It wasn't very good.
My wife and I would just go on YouTube, and all these movies are there. You just have to deal with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some have subtitles, some don't. And there are just like times of the year where we just binge foreign horror films for some reason.
They know how to make them over in other places.
Yeah.
I'm more scared of foreign films for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know if I should be.
It's because I think you insert yourself into them more because you have to. Because you can't understand them. So you have to read. And then, like, if you miss something, your brain, because you're reading, your brain will just sort of fill it in and make it scarier. I think.
I was going to ask how you feel about subtitles.
Oh,
are you a
big fan.
subtitle guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
I learned to read off subtitles pretty much when I was a kid.
Yes.
Me too. That's what I'm saying.
Because my mom was deaf in one ear.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect.
She still is, but she also used to be.
Yes.
So.
I was like, my dad may as well have been deaf, so I understand. So it's like, no, we always had subtitles. But then I've dated people or I've had friends who can't handle them, and I was like, can you not read? What's your problem? You're fine.
Yeah.
Just
don't look at
it. Get over yourself.
Yeah.
This time of talking about horror movies has given me time to think about a time I've been wrongfully accused, which
Oh yeah, that's
I
what we were
think
doing.
of something. And I remember in preschool, it was Easter, and we had a big Easter egg hunt in the playground, and I feel like I have pretty good perception of things, even as a young tyke.
Depth perception or like emotional perception?
All perceptions.
Or
man.
like visual. All of them.
All of the above. Okay.
No, the visual perception.
Okay.
And I worked really hard, and I got a ton of Easter eggs, right? And one of the kids pointed at me. He pointed at me, and he said, he told the teacher he took my eggs. So then the teacher came over and took all my eggs. And I was crestfallen.
Yeah.
It was a terrible thing.
That sounds like that's way worse than mine. I'm sorry.
It's so deeply damaging.
That is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
That's why you hate Easter. That's why you won't eat eggs. That is deeply troubling.
Took it from me.
He stole this. That's so sad. Yeah. That reminded me of a recessed memory. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But we were having like a party of some sort with like water balloons. And I think the idea was that you're not supposed to let your water balloon get popped. And I remember I was young and small and a very shy child. And I like just wanted to keep my water balloon. I remember some older kid came up and like punched it into my chest and it exploded. And it's like I was holding my deceased friend, the pieces and like the blood all over me. It was very sad. And I've never forgotten. I just cried. So thanks, Chris, for reminding me of that. I buried that, but
you're welcome.
It's here now. So thank you.
Wow.
That reminds me of another thing in kindergarten. I am the youngest of seven kids.
7 kids.
7 kids. And
you're related to all of them.
Half related to all of them.
Okay.
Same mom, different dad.
Okay.
So technically, I'm kind of an only child, but not. And all my brothers were really into Pokemon. And I remember taking one of the cards and, just wanted to show it to a friend. I had one friend in kindergarten.
To your friend. The friend.
The friend. And then some other kid came, Roberto. And he took it from me.
Guy.
And then my brothers didn't believe me when I said that some kid took it. And they accused me of selling it for Cheetos. For Flamin' Hot Cheetos. So.
Yeah. Wow.
Rough childhoods.
Lost millennials will do
it was
that to
hard. We had hard lives. That's how we became the men we are today.
Yeah, we had a rough go of it.
But you know, you got to suffer to have great peace in life. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Very true.
Very true. But Chris, I know we have 2 other questions for Renn here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. We'll try not to go as off the rails. We're trying not to go so crazy.
So, how do you feel about Benghazi?
Benghazi.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
I'll tell you exactly how I feel about that. I'll tell you exactly how I feel about Benghazi. I think the Cairo protests, which took place just hours before the attack in Benghazi, were sparked by anger over an anti-Muslim video made in the time that the anger was happening.
I respect those views. Those were
Thank you. Very controversial to some.
perhaps not to the brave.
But I mean, so according to I just remembered this. Hillary Clinton says we're working to determine the precise motivations and methods of those who carried out this assault. So, she kept talking, but I can't remember the rest of the quote. But yeah, that's my thoughts.
I respect
I love
that.
your thoughts. I think you said everything I could possibly have said. I mean, you took the words out of my
right
mouth,
out of my heart, Renn.
Oh, this was from 2012.
a little while ago.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but you passed the test. That was perfect.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed your response immensely. That was good.
I could have just made it all up.
You may have.
Because we've been doing improv, and then they would just say, make it up. Pretend that you know all about Benghazi.
You're
That's
an
awesome.
expert.
I guess.
I believed it. I thought you were a newscaster.
Well, I was reading a newscaster's report, so it's no wonder you thought that.
Yeah.
And then I thought you were Hillary Clinton herself.
I get that a lot.
But don't worry, we got one more question
Just
that's not
One last.
a lie. That's not
I
stupid.
have more subscribers than her. It's not a big
Take
deal,
that,
though.
Hillary.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, Hillary. Hillary, defend yourself by coming on this show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Please.
Tweet this at Hillary Clinton.
Yes, everybody who watches this, tweet at Hillary Clinton. RennsReviews has more subscribers than you. Get
And
wrecked.
tell her that Benghazi has. Tell her something about it. She'll know.
Anything you want to say about Benghazi.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Thank you for that. But one last question. If you were the Greek god of anything, what would it be?
It doesn't have to be a real Greek god either. Just a Greek god of something.
Greek god of that's a real on the spot putter right there.
Excuse me. We can go first. Chris, you could say what yours
Have you
is so we
planned
don't
this
start to
out?
think about it.
No.
We don't plan anything. We had our questions. We didn't even think about it. I know that if I were the god of something, it would certainly be something minimal, something
Like pointless.
almost pointless. Yeah,
you know what?
like-
I got it. The Greek god of video games. There it is.
Exactly. That's
It
what
sounds-
I was like. Jeez,
It's right
video
there,
games.
ripe for the picking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You snatched it.
Perfect.
Took it.
Snatched it out. That was what I was gonna say. No, yes, you are the Greek god of video games, as it were.
You guys know about that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's the best. It's the meme, man. No, I feel
Yeah.
I was hoping you would say that, so it was perfect.
It was too obvious. I didn't even think of it. But yeah,
Sometimes you
go-
don't even see yourself for who you are. It's okay.
No, I really don't.
Yes.
But yeah, Chris, what would you be? What would you be the Greek god of?
I think with our conversations, it has to be God of Tomatoes, man.
You disgust me.
Yeah.
But yes. Everything's got to have its god. So, dog poop, tomatoes,
Same thing.
pretty much. You got to do it. I would be the Greek god of, like, bow tending, so I could be with Artemis.
Bow tending.
Yes.
Okay. What's
just help.
What are your gods' names? I think mine would be Activisius.
Activia.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Mine would be just Dionysus
Ooh.
for Josh.
I'll be
Dionysos.
Tomatius.
I like that. Tenacious.
Tenacious D.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
And
That's a good segue question, though.
Exactly.
I'm doing your job. I'm doing your thing.
no,
Hey,
you
don't-
got it, man.
Don't
You
reveal the
freaking
magic there, Renn.
see what we're doing here. But that is the perfect segue.
Is the perfect segment.
We got Tenacious D, Dionysius, and then Activion.
Activisius.
Activisius.
You're getting me
excuse
confused with the Jamie Lee Curtis yogurt. Activia.
Oh yes, it was my bowels were asking for that.
Those are
They
wild
all-
commercials,
yeah.
man.
Those are freaking wild. Like, how are those on TV?
I went to Pearl Harbor, and they give you it's related. They
Touching
give
on
you
everything.
these little like recorders. Or you plug a headphones in and you listen to the tour. And Jamie Lee Curtis narrates the tour.
No way.
What?
Yeah, she says, "Hi, I'm Jamie Lee Curtis. My great granddad or whatever was in Pearl Harbor," and then she's like, "If you look close enough, he's still in there, and you can see his shoes or some whatever." But yeah, from
Wow,
Activia to Pearl Harbor, she's done it all.
Apparently, Jamie Lee Curtis is on it. Freaky Friday, she's rolling. And in Warzone, apparently, that one operator.
Yes.
Really? She was in Call of Duty?
No.
She just looks like it. There's
Looks
one
just
operator.
like
We
her.
always called her Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't even know if she actually looks like her. Like, it's just something we always said.
Yeah.
What a time.
Get her.
Hazy days of Warzone.
Yes.
Painful times.
But, Josh, will you like to usher us into the Hades conversation?
I would love
My
to.
segue already did most of the groundwork for you, so you just gotta open your
do the
mouth,
light lifting here.
smack your lips. I don't know.
All right, here we go. From Benghazi to Pearl Harbor to hell itself,
Yes.
we begin our conversation of Hades. And I think
What a
maybe
show.
the best. Well, this is what it's about.
Yeah.
Maybe the best thing to talk about first would be the gods, since we are three of them. I don't
Okay.
know if you guys want to start with perhaps Athena. And we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on each of the gods. Just say what you want to say. Maybe we could start by saying which gods were our favorites. Which gods were useless.
Here's what you guys aren't going to like this. I skipped all the dialogue.
I did that too.
Oh,
You guys
yes.
suck.
I don't got time for that.
Yeah,
I'm the only
playing.
person in Supergiant's corner over here. The only person who cares.
I felt like I had a lot of stuff to do. So he's like, "Olympus, I accept this offer." And then it's, "Hey, cousin," and skip. Like, just,
Yeah.
I'm trying to play.
It's usually the same stuff. If
Yeah.
you just like hear what they're about to say, you know what they're gonna say.
That's why I ignore my wife. Same
Yeah.
stuff every time. No. But I feel I understand what you're saying. I just have
thought it-
respect for the writers. So
I thought it disrupted the flow of the gameplay a little bit. That's mostly why I skipped it. Sometimes I was in a hurry. Every once in a while I'd read, be like, "Oh, this is a development in the story. I guess I'll
You'll listen, yeah,
read that." Yeah.
or read it faster than how they're talking. Yeah.
Yes.
Slow
Because it's just a
talkers.
static image and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Luckily,
you get
they
it.
just
You
give
get
you the
it.
whole script right there. They don't like line it out for you. So
One of the things that pissed me off about Skyrim was how slow everybody talks. They talk so slow, like an old woman. It was like agony.
agony.
Agnes.
Agnes. Yeah.
Yeah.
yes,
No, I feel you. I don't know why I like the dialogue. I think the dialogue, oddly enough, is what kept me going in this game. I think Chris is in your camp, Renn. For me, is kind of a spoiler alert for this podcast that you've already sat like an hour through. But I think for me, the game really died once I got the ending. Once I like played 10 times, I beat it 10 times.
Yeah.
I like started another run, and halfway through I was like, huh, I don't care anymore. I like deleted it. So for me, the game was really about like the dialogue and the narrative. And I just thought all the characters were funny and I liked getting to know them. But I totally get why somebody would feel that the gameplay is like more of the focus of the game. And so I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I felt different, but the same to you, where this is jumping ahead a lot, but like I didn't feel challenged enough by the game. So after the 10th run, I had done everything that was challenging. Like I put on 16 heat and I unlocked the second of Skelly's statues, and I defeated Hades with his third phase, with that like extremer measures thing. And then you get Persephone back, and there's a way to get an epilogue, but did you look it up? Because it is so grindy.
Mm-hmm. It's so long.
And
it's like
just,
ridiculous.
The gameplay, the depth of the gameplay isn't okay. Here, the gameplay isn't deep enough to fill the 40 plus hours total that is required to fully complete the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's even with the modifiers and the weapon unlocks, it's just there's not enough there.
No, I agree. Because I was thinking about that earlier today, where it's like, I know there's a lot more to do in this game. Like the epilogue's there, and there's all these, like you can go up to like 52 heat or something ridiculous. But I had no motivation to do it, because it's like they put everything too early before it actually got challenging. It's like I wish each run was more challenging, and you had to beat the game 10 times, and at the end of 10, you got the epilogue. And at the end of 5, Persephone came back, or something, you know? It just, it
feels
sucked.
Padded.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't feel good to beat the game, and then have Persephone tell you 3 lines of dialogue, and you die, you know? It's
and you can't, like in Enter the Gungeon, you can unlock a thing that just takes you to the final level of the whole game. Mm-hmm. And you go down to the bottom and you get a bag that like 6 items pop out, so that you have enough to tackle that level. So like this, having to run through the entire thing, it's like 20 minutes minimum sometimes. Yeah. It's just like it got really tiresome. But I think we're jumping a little. We're talking about where we're at with it now, but when I first started playing it, I was pretty hooked.
Me too.
Yeah, I couldn't stop, and I wasn't even having fun at a point. It was just like I gotta unlock everything. I gotta get all the stuff, and then there
are points where it's just painful. Like it definitely felt for me. It's like each boss. Sorry, this is jumping ahead. You're right, but it's like each boss was a wall for like 2 or 3 attempts. And then I never lost to them again. But like those 3 attempts are just so painful, you know, you waste 30 minutes of your time getting to Hades, 20, 30 minutes, you know, and then you just lose. And you're like, okay, I gotta do it again. But you have to do it again because you're an addict. So it was good. It's interesting.
I felt as though, similarly. And people might disagree, but I felt like the hitboxes and the dodging would be inconsistent. Like there's those enemies that have a shield and you'd go to hit them and I'd be on their side. And I'd hit them, and it would say blocked. And sometimes I'm like, well, I was in the middle of a dodge animation. I was, I guess, not getting the iframes there, and I took a lot of damage. So I don't know. It didn't feel like, it felt like there was a lot of, and I feel like the game is aware, because like when you get going, you get like these ranged attacks that just fill up the whole screen, and then you'll dash and then it'll leave like a red swirling blade.
Yeah.
And so there's all this shit on the screen, and sometimes you can't move the camera, so like an enemy will be behind the wall, and it's not highlighted enough, so you can't see the enemy like doing its attack. So it's like you just do a lot of guesswork, dashing around. You're like, maybe someone's gonna attack us, so I'll dash over here, and it just feels like I never felt like the game respected my skill, and I mean that in a lot of ways.
Yeah, sure.
I need some more respect.
Yeah, like if you put on 16 heat, which is like skulls from Halo, where you add difficulty modifiers, the game doesn't let you go above what you've done. So you have to do 1 heat to unlock the 4 things that will unlock. Yeah. Rather than, I feel like if I'm good enough to beat the game on 16 heat, it should unlock everything under that. Yeah. So, but the game wants you to beat it at 1 heat, then 2, then 3, and then like 5, and then 10. Like it's like not respecting my time or skill, and that that really bothered me.
Yeah, it's just forcing you to keep playing it and playing it and playing it. When you're like, I can just turn the heat on to 5 on my first go, which is what I tried to do. You know, I wanted the timer to be at like whatever 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
It wouldn't let me do that, or I wouldn't get the benefit for doing that.
Yeah, which is dumb.
I'll close that real quick.
No, I had similar feelings.
Not. Continue. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. And it often feels spammy. Maybe spammy? I suck at the game, you know? But like when you get to these higher heats and there's like 50 enemies and all of, like you said, all of your enemies or all of your attacks are AoE, you know, and there's just, it's like lights everywhere. Yeah. Sometimes I just dodge, click, dodge, you know, and just pray that it works out because I can't see and I don't know what's happening. It feels like the harder the game gets, almost the less skill-based it gets sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know some speedrunners are going to watch this and be like, you guys are, you know, and they're going to say we're dumb, but to a layman who doesn't even play roguelikes, that's how I felt. And I felt similar to you. It's not respecting my skill in that way. I don't know if that makes sense.
And, like, I found that in the later stages, the enemies were more of an annoyance rather than like a difficulty. Because it's like, oh, they have armor, you got to knock that off. And then they die and they turn into a little
Ghosty.
Teardrop that you need to kill. Yeah. Otherwise, it comes back to life. And it's like, yeah, you do have to like change what you're doing and prioritize that teardrop in combat, but it's not fun. It was just a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. And the final area where you have to go through, and the vermin that poison you, and then there's the guys that poison you with the, like, that wasn't fun. I never enjoyed that. I would always look for the sack, and as soon as I got it, I'm like, out of there.
Yeah, for sure.
No, it is interesting. I think you're right. It felt like the enemies got more annoying and less fun to fight the further you get in. Mm-hmm. Like, I can deal with Asphodel, I can deal with Tartarus, and parts of Elysium I can deal with, although I hate those chariots, but that's okay.
The exploding ones?
Wagons.
Yeah.
Dude, the big ones. I mean, so there's this one like skull or whatever you can put on where they get perks if they have armor. And I don't know if this is true, but I swear that the perk for the wagons is like Mach 10 speed. And so they just like go way faster. And like I can't die. Anyways, I only did it once and then I was like, I'm never doing that ever again. That was the worst
beat
thing.
The game with not all at once, but I've beaten it with each of them individually to get the achievement for that. So
we got a winner among us.
Yes.
That reminds me, Chris, do you want to confess your sin?
Yes. So there are 3 levels here, Renn. Here's you. Here's Josh, and then I'm over here. I suck at this game, and I have just accepted it. I'm really good at other things, like tomatoes.
Like tomatoes.
So I've spent a lot of time with the game.
You spent more time with it than me.
Yeah, I have. I think I have 58 runs, but
not wins, runs.
Not winning runs. Trust me.
I had like 40 something.
Oh,
Holy crap! You're just amazing.
I mean, you texted me that you killed Hades on like your 13th try. I think it took me till my 16th or 20th to get to him. But
I was disappointed in myself I thought I could do it faster.
I think you are so much better at this than you think you are.
Really?
Just at games, dude. But yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You are the Greek god of video games. And
I was like, you're the god of games, dude.
Yep.
But no,
it has been said.
I killed Hades 6 times. It did suck with work and stuff because I work night crew, so I'd sleep and then
excuses
with half my brain working, I would try to finish Hades. But yeah, wasn't too good at it. But like up until I think it was like I'd always get greedy in sticks. I'd always make it to the last location sticks.
Yeah. I forgot.
Without losing any defiance or anything like that. And then so many runs where there would just be the vermin and the giant rat and the other guy.
Yep.
When get all 3 or whatever.
You get one of them, which is easy peasy. But then I'll get greedy. I want the other stuff, and I'm a loser. Is what I'm trying to say.
But yeah, I'll tell you my record tier because I'm the middle tier, the average, the layman, as it were. It took me 33 tries to beat Hades, which is apparently very bad compared to Renn. But it took me about 33 tries. But then I beat him like 15 times after that, and I had 50 total runs. So, not too horrible. It was kind of all over the place. I think I was in a groove where I could keep just beating him if I kept playing, but like I said, I kind of just lost the fire. Didn't want to play it anymore. Mm-hmm. And you know, this game is a roguelike, and there are times when you just have horrible luck and like you don't get any of the right boons. And sometimes it feels like, why do I even bother to keep doing this run if it's just going to keep giving me crap, you know? So that was kind of my final experience with the last 2 runs I did, and I couldn't do it anymore.
Oh my gosh. Yesterday, I was trying to beat the game 10 times in a row, and I just had so many runs where every door was a stupid darkness or gem door. I would never get like a boon until, halfway through. It was always terrible. Plus, did the game crash for you at all, Renn?
No, I played it on PC.
Oh. Makes sense. Yeah. I had 4 crashes. And when you try to start a run after a crash, it's the same stuff. So at that point, I would just kill myself.
Oh, interesting.
It would be the same seed, same items, doors. And I couldn't go for that, so I had to kill myself. Because I didn't want to do the same thing over again. I'm already doing that. I don't need it to be like... You were
saying earlier, sometimes you just get really bad stuff. And like really boring stuff.
Yes.
Because there are things that are significantly better than others. And it's like, oh, why would I pick the what's it called? Recall or whatever? The ranged attack. That's like an arrow that does critical damage. I never ever chose that. From Artemis, right?
You fool.
Is that a bad choice? I always got the Blade Rift because it had so many. It was really easy to kill Hades with that. You could just drop that and it would follow him and just go around him in a circle, and then you could hide behind cover, and it was like just cake.
Yeah.
Or the one it shoots the laser beam, the crystal,
the meters,
ice,
the ice crystals,
the beams.
You just drop those around and it makes him walk slow and everything. Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Wow, I should have been doing these things. I was an Artemis boy all the time.
Really?
Everything Artemis. I just loved her. I was just crits for days. Every time I hit somebody, it was like 1,000 damage. It was amazing. I got the best thing was getting Exigre for the gun and getting the special that gives you like 5 rockets. that follow enemies and then putting the crits on that, and they would just be stupid. Like every time you hit them, it'd be like 6,000 damage or something ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you have to do everything Artemis, otherwise they don't stack enough. But when you get them stacked, you can guarantee you get like, you know, a couple criticals every single time you use your special.
Did you put on the keepsake that made her spawn more?
Yeah, and I'd start with that. So I knew I would get to start with that, like with an Artemis boon. And then I would switch to like the acorn or to the butterfly or something that just made the rest of the game easier. But I don't know. I think I liked building a class more than playing the game. Like, does that make sense? I liked thinking about ways.
The deck of cards that
exactly.
you get, yeah.
Pretty much like a deck builder almost. Like I liked being like, oh, I got the aspect of Poseidon. I can dislodge the cast and then throw a million more casts, you know? Is kind of interesting that way, where this game, first it was just the narrative, then it was just the deck building or like class building that I liked. But I don't know if I ever really loved the game for the combat itself. But interesting.
I enjoyed the combat a lot in the beginning. But it got old pretty quick. But even with that said, as we talk about it, it does make me want to go back and play it, even though there's nothing for me. There's nothing left, and it was a big distraction in my life, and it wasn't serving me any purpose after a while.
Yes,
where I won't reinstall it, but the urge is there, and that says something, I think.
For sure.
I very much agree.
Sorry. I still want to beat it the right way. You know, I want to do it, you know. I've spent so much time with it. I don't want to just give up. But I think I've accepted that it'll just be one of those games on my cross media bar that I'll jump in every other day, maybe put 2 runs in, and then just put something else on, you know. Because it's a pretty quick play, honestly. And, you know, if you get a good run, then it's rewarding in some way. And if not, then you're just depressed all day and you want to go to bed.
You can go to bed. Now, I think we sound like we're being very hard on it. But I don't know if I speak for you guys. But I loved this game. I really enjoyed it. And it is one of those games that sticks with you, Renn. Where, like, I want to keep playing it when I talk about it, you know?
Yeah.
But it is almost like an evil mistress, as it were. Where it's like, I want to play it, but I know I'm just going to regret it if I go back to it. But yeah, it is. I think it is good. We talked about all the things we hate about it immediately, but I do really enjoy it. I thought the narrative kind of let me down a bit at the end, but it was good, and definitely an experience I'm glad I had, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm with you there, because there were points where I did love it. It's the first game in I think 2 years that has actively hooked me and made me want to play it, not for a video, but for myself. And that is, that never happens anymore.
That's awesome.
Especially because Corona, everything got delayed, and then everything kind of, I think that impacts the quality of the product. Like Resident Evil 8, I thought was a really mediocre, really a letdown. But that's talk for another day, perhaps.
Well, that's interesting, because I know Chris really liked it.
I really liked it.
I didn't play it, but
up until a certain point. If I were to think of a series that's my absolute favorite, if I had to choose one to play for the rest of my life, it would probably be Resident Evil.
4. Just that game.
4, 5,
Just kidding.
6 even. I don't care.
I'll eat trash. I'm a dog.
But it's... These first-person Resident Evils, they're good up until a certain point where it's preventing... Like, the gameplay is preventing you from wanting to play it or to be good at it. At least on console. You probably played on PC, right?
No, I played Resi 7 on console.
Okay.
I loved Resi 7. That for me is up there with 4.
Yeah.
I really liked 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was a little let down by 8.
Was 8 like not as focused enough on the horror for you?
That's part of it, but I'm okay with because I didn't think Resi 7 was scary at all.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Resi 7 had Evil Dead vibes to me, which is why I loved it so much. I mean, you have a chainsaw fight, and when Jack grabs the gun and puts it in his mouth, and he's like, "Look at this, boy," and he shoots himself, and he's like smiling. You're like, "Whoa,
dude, Papa
something's
Baker
happening."
is the best.
Yeah,
I love it.
But I don't know, there's something like the thing that prevents me from like really loving Resi 8 is the mercenaries or their sad excuse for one
game mode.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't even touch that.
He's a platinum guy, and
it's preventing
I don't
me
know
from
why-
getting the platinum.
yeah.
Oh,
It's absolutely abysmal. It's like you have a certain amount of time to chain all of these attacks or all of these enemies, and it's not like 4 where you just survive, which is great, you know. This one you had to like hone in your skills, but the first person isn't that, their version of first person isn't that great. I gotta say, it's not Halo, it's not, Call of Duty or Battlefield.
yeah.
It's this weird interpretation, let's say.
So it sounds like they put an action game into like a horror game's mechanics.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and just how they went about it. You have like 2 classes to choose from with different weapons. One's a grenade launcher and a knife, and the other one is just like a pistol at first, and then you can buy the other weapons. And it doesn't belong in Resident Evil 8 with how it plays. It's trying to be like a Devil May Cry almost at this point, where you're doing backflips to make sure you get that last kill in time. So
I kind of felt the same way about the Resi 3 remake, where it felt like an action game, but it used all the systems and mechanics from the RE2 remake, which was pure horror, and it just didn't work at all. So you got this like clunky aiming system, and they want you to kill like 4 lickers and like all these zombies coming into the hospital or whatever it was, and it wasn't right at all.
Yeah, that one little horde mode in the middle of the campaign. Yeah. I agree. It gives you like 1,000 ammo everywhere you go. It's just, I agree.
But for Resi 8, I just felt like it kept almost getting good. Like, what's that boss battle? The guy with telekinesis?
Oh, Heisenberg?
Yeah.
Yes.
He like, that's such a cool looking boss, and it's a cool idea for a fight. You get that little tank with the chainsaw or whatever.
Little demolition
But
derby or something.
I played it on hard mode, and every boss was so unbelievably spongy that every boss battle overstayed its welcome by a huge margin.
Absolutely.
It's like just laying into him, just holding the trigger and shooting him. And each boss only has like 2 or 3 mechanics or moves, and then you're just like, oh, that one with the propeller on its head.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Runs at you. It lasts forever.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And it's like a Garrador, right? Like it just hits the wall, and then you just shoot it from behind, and you have to do it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And you just have to do it like 18 times.
And then it starts lighting the room on fire, so that just means
Oh
you don't always get the angle you need because part of the floor is on fire. It's and it felt like Ethan's character didn't come from 7 to 8. It felt like he didn't grow. He felt braver in the beginning of 7 than he did in the beginning of 8, which doesn't make any sense. Do you remember that in the beginning of 7 where like the cop comes to the window?
Yeah.
And the cop's like, "You might be kind of insane. I don't trust you." And he's like, "Listen, do you want to be a hero or do you want to read about my death in the paper?"
Yeah.
He's like really strong and trying to, but in 8 he's like, what's going on? Like all the time.
Yeah.
And say, what happened? This guy, and now he has military training. He shouldn't be so, I mean, after the ending of 7, he should just be more with it.
Shouldn't be afraid of anything. I mean,
Yeah.
at that point. Werewolves, pathetic. Not scary at all.
But
Yeah, I was not into it. And I didn't think like I didn't feel like there was any survival horror within it.
Mm-hmm.
Because every enemy you kill drops an item. But
yes.
so there's no like, oh, I might lose a bunch of ammo killing this thing, but the thing's out of my way. It's like, I know if I kill this thing, I'll get rewarded for it. I'll get an item that I can use to sell and buy more ammo or just find more ammo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I never felt like I was going to run out. I never felt like that at all. There was never a decision in, should I kill this thing or just go?
Sure. I think what they're really good at now is capturing that vibe of a horror game. But something that another game like The Evil Within did really well was that survival mechanics. Like, I am going to beat this boss to the last bullet. Like, if I don't have one more bullet, I'm dead. You know, you have to hit those shots. But with Resi 8 and honestly any Resident Evil game in, I don't know, the past 10 years, you're always well equipped, let's say. And you do always get items and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I agree.
I just felt like 7 just pulled it off more because it was so much more contained.
Mm-hmm.
8 was so, I think it was a little bit too big for its own good, and it had like a open world element that it didn't need.
Yeah.
I was always getting lost pulling up the map, like what, and then
it didn't make
certain
sense to me.
things are blocked off.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
It didn't make sense to me for the open world if the game shoehorned you into a path. I thought, you know, you get to the hub and then you pick the bosses or the encounters you want to go to. But no, it makes you go, you know, to the castle and then over here and then over here and then there's just a factory over there and
Yeah.
and then it has a weird ending and
yeah.
He got it data. She's the new Ethan, I guess.
Ethan could have lived.
Ethan
Didn't she have like
could've lived.
superpowers or something? Spoilers
Yeah.
for Resident Evil 8, by the way, guys. but yeah.
She's got powers.
or something.
We need more of what made Resident Evil 6 so great. A character with zombie powers.
Yes.
It's gonna be good. I guess Ethan kind of had that. Wasn't he supposed to be like half mold? That's why he can like not die when he gets his arms chopped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of already forget. Like
He died in the very beginning of 7, technically, and then the mold keeps him alive,
okay.
and that explains why, like, when Papa Baker cuts the leg off or his arm off in the beginning, he just uses the herb cleanse and it grows back.
he reattaches it.
Yeah.
I mean, that does work in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
No, maybe not. Just in case the kids listen, like some kid for a TikTok might cut his pinky or something.
Well,
And then you're liable.
You gotta use
Oh,
the right
no.
herbs. Cayenne and oregano do not work. So
You gotta get Resi hot sauce juice or whatever.
Yeah.
didn't they make official herbs that they're selling? I sent you an
wouldn't be
article about that,
surprised.
Chris.
Yeah. I
I mean,
think
they've got to.
they can't be, like, actual
They're selling green and
herbs.
red herbs.
I bet you it's just, like, food coloring
sure
with
it's fake.
baking soda. And they're calling it herbs.
Some kid's gonna just pop a vial of baking soda in his mouth. Or I suppose on his cut off pinky.
Yes.
But what a good Resident Evil 8 discussion
Yes.
we had in this Hades podcast.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful. So thank you guys. That was wonderful.
You're welcome.
Doesn't Ethan go to hell at the end?
Yes.
Yes.
He belongs.
Where he belongs? No. But what was your favorite god, Renn? What was your favorite god in Hades?
I liked Ares because he had like cheesy, easy abilities. Where
Doom is ridiculous, yeah.
yeah, Doom does a bunch of damage, and then if you get enough abilities, you just launch your Blade Rift, and you can make it really big, so it make it last really long.
Yeah.
And then his call was also really good too, where you're invincible and you do like 4,000 damage.
Mm-hmm.
When it's maxed out. So you don't need to worry about dodging or anything. You just sit there and watch it go whoosh. That was
and you
perfect
can still
for
attack and stuff. Yeah.
the third boss. The guy, I would always take out the Minotaur and then the guy with the shield. Just use that and then he's gone.
Run away, yeah.
Yeah. After I get him down to half health, I'd use that on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, same. Yep. Except without Ares, but yeah. No, Ares is good. I feel like why would you ever choose Athena when you could just have Ares? Because it's like the same thing, right? You're like impervious for the same amount of time. Just with Ares, you get to do 4,000 extra damage.
Yeah, hers lets you deflect, right?
Yeah, it deflects everything, which is great in sticks because everything is a projectile there, pretty much.
Everything's horrible there. Maybe that's better for not boss encounters, and Ares is better for bosses or something.
Yeah. I didn't struggle with like regular encounters. Really.
Chris. We didn't struggle with that. but I agree. It did feel... I mean, that is one thing that's good about the game. I felt like most things felt like they had their place. You know? Maybe not everything's necessarily good for the end game, but everything felt like it had its place in the game. So, there's that. But what was your favorite god, Chris? We got the god of war. We got...
I'm a big fan of Demeter, the frozen lady. I love everything about her and what she gives you. I love her call is a so-so, but her cast is awesome. Like you were talking about the lasers. I would just attack the Minotaur while my lasers were freezing handsome boy over there, Theseus. Right? And yeah, I really liked the chill mechanics of it.
Chill. No, I don't know, man. You're wrong, but it's okay. I hated Demeter. Demeter. I did not like her, but I understand. You can like her.
There's different flows. It just worked with how I liked playing the game. I would usually mix her with Zeus. They had some pretty cool duo boons. Ooh. Yeah. What about you, Josh?
Yeah, that one duo boon where the foggy cloud and then Zeus's lightning will sit in there. Does big damage.
Does big damage.
Yeah.
I feel like there were definitely a lot of boons I just never saw because I refused to pick anything up for Demeter. Or Zeus. I didn't really use a whole lot of Zeus.
Really?
Zeus was okay. Everything. I didn't like Zeus. I just got so focused in on Artemis and I liked Ares for Doom. And I like Dionysus. If I had something that like the gun that shoots fast, you could just stack it like over and over and it was ridiculous. But I liked Artemis and Dionysus. They were probably my favorite gods. Just because the crits were ridiculous.
Did you unlock any companions?
I did not.
Any of you? No?
I
unlocked one because they're all like grindy to get. And they're all like rely on RNG.
Like, how do you get them?
Okay, so with... It all is like you have to give certain characters 6 nectar and then complete like a quest for them and then give them an ambrosia and then they'll give you a companion.
Huh.
Interesting.
Or some of them don't have a quest. Some of them you just got to talk to them. But you can only talk to somebody once per run. So like with Meg, I have her all 6 maxed out. I just have to wait for her to show up in the room, and then I'll get a dialogue that'll give me a companion. But I got Skelly's companion, and all that does is spawn like a dummy wherever you're standing, and the enemies will attack that instead of you. And you use it once per run, unless you upgrade it, then you can use it up to a few times. But I never used it. I never felt the need to.
It's not super useful.
Yeah.
It seems a little unnecessary.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I don't know what the
much.
other 5 do, though.
Yeah. I feel like...
I know Meg's just does a lot of damage, I think, from what I've seen.
That'd be good because it would just speed the game up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you can take out like half a boss's health with it.
What was your
Good.
fastest run, Renn?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
remember.
Is it close to 20 minutes, I think,
Okay.
with the gun?
The gun's good.
Pretty fast. I almost always had the timer on, the timer
Yeah.
heat.
Me too.
So,
But
but it felt good to uninstall it.
Yeah.
I felt free.
Felt free of the chains that bound you. I like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris? What was your fastest time?
I think it was 24.
Mine was 23.
Shut up.
Just kidding.
It was 24. It was my first win. And I guess this would be a good segue into like what's our favorite weapons, kind of, because mine were the fist and the shield. Those are the two that I adored.
Adored.
Yeah, I think I beat the game 5 times with the fist and then 1 time with the shield. Because I'm bad.
You're not
I
bad.
feel bad.
You're just different, Chris. No, I did not like the fist. I thought the fists were okay, but they're probably one of my least favorite. But
I felt
I
fast.
liked
That's why I liked
the
it.
gun and the bow. Those were my 2 favorites, and I won 5 times with each of those. I think
I like
liked
the
the-
sword.
the stickiest.
The sword when you unlock the 4th
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Aspect or whatever.
Aspect, yeah.
Yeah, aspect. That I liked because it just did big damage. So you could like one hit everybody, especially with a backstab.
Dang.
So you're just going through real quick, and then you could also slow down like projectiles. So yeah, just made it easier, faster.
Mm-hmm.
But I used all of them because I was trying to unlock all the little prophecies.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to like when you get that hammer and you got to upgrade, you
Yeah.
gotta pick the terrible ones
Yeah.
that-
Oh my gosh.
just
yeah.
to fill out the prophecy and get extra. Like the currency in that game, I think is kind of all jacked up because I had Titan's blood forever before I even had the ability to use it.
To use it. Mm-hmm.
And then at a point, you don't need any keys at all, unless
No keys?
because you buy keys with the gemstones, and you turn the keys into nectar to give them to the people,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and it's like after you like really quickly, everything became very redundant, and it's like getting a diamond for killing a boss and getting it. Just I didn't need anything anymore.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was necessary to the whole cosmetics thing.
Oh.
You know, where you can use the gems to buy like different carpets and drapes.
Yeah,
I don't know if that was necessary. I wish they
kind of filler.
yeah,
Yeah.
filler. I wish there was more like stuff that affected my actual gameplay. I feel like there was only 4 things. Maybe there's more later on, but there's like 4 upgrades
There's a
for the
few more.
underworld. Okay.
There's like a room you can unlock where if you have enough heat,
Oh, the Erebus room or whatever.
yeah, if you take
Erebus.
damage in an Erebus room, you don't get the item.
Oh.
But if you do it, the item is worth double what the like if it's an upgrade, it'll upgrade you from 1 to 3 instead of 1 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like a risk reward if you're feeling like, oh, I can tackle that without taking damage.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's like it just makes your runs easier, and it gives you like. There's one you buy it from the renovation guy. It's like every time you pick up gems, you get 20 coins to use at the shop.
Yeah.
Did you guys battle the shopkeep?
Yeah.
As a
it was
boss?
awesome.
I never fought him because I was too nice. I was
No,
like,
I'd
I
always
like everyone,
steal.
so I never fought him.
I did it for the achievement.
Oh, okay.
I'm too soft. I wouldn't betray him for an achievement.
He gives you a loyalty card.
Yeah, it's nice.
I had one, yeah. Oh, he does if you kill him?
Yeah, if you kill him.
You don't kill him. He stops. He stops you before he dies, and then gives you the
Yeah.
loyalty card.
Dang.
That
should have hurt this man.
And then everything is like
20%
off or something.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I was just nice to this guy and he gives me nothing. I learned something about life
You get
today.
300 gold
Yep.
and 20% off.
You gotta hurt the people you care about, and then they'll give you 20% off. That's right. You gotta take what you want in this world.
That reminds me of one of my biggest pet peeves with what's the third area? Elysium, where you can fight the Minotaur early. Now, when this first happened, I thought this was brilliant because I was like, "Oh, I can kill him to make the boss easier. Like maybe he's not there in the final fight." But then no, he just stops midway. It's basically just try not to get hit with this enemy that's not going to give you anything. And then at the end of Elysium, you have to fight both of them. I was really hoping...
I think I know why they did that.
Why is
keep
that?
Going.
Oh, no,
I am only guessing, but I would imagine that people in playtesting were like, that third boss is really hard, and I'm struggling there, and a lot of people make it all the way there a few times and fail and be like, I'm not going to play anymore. So when you fight just the Minotaur, you learn the fight, I guess.
Mm-hmm. You learn half of it.
It's a lot less intimidating. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because you really what's his name? Theseus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can I just ignored him.
He's pretty easy to cheese. Just hide behind a pillar when he's about to throw it and then just fight the Minotaur or whatever,
Because he had a sound cue when he was going to throw the spear. So just stay away from him and fight Minotaur. But I think it's there for just to build comfort.
That's a really good point.
You're a genius.
But I could be wrong.
Do you work for Supergiant?
No.
Did you make this game? that was like, dang, dude, that was smart. No, I bet you're right. I do wish there was some sort of reward. It helps progress a narrative as well. You have kind of a quest line with Asterius.
So with him, the only way to unlock the aspect for the fists is you have to have those on, and you have to go into the room and hope that he says specific dialogue that unlocks it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. That seems awful.
Which is annoying.
Yeah. So you're forced to use them if you don't want to use them, or how sometimes the weapons will have darkness on them, which you get extra 20% darkness. It's like, well, I can't use the fist because I'm not getting 20%. And it's like, it's just kind of counterintuitive, but...
I wish once you'd played with every weapon, you could choose which one got the Blessing of Darkness or something. Just because, I tried all of them. Maybe once you've won with all the weapons, you can put it on whatever weapon you want. Because I definitely, gravitated to 2 or 3. And when I had to use, the spear or the shield or the fists, I was just like... Just kill me now. I don't want to deal with this.
I did not care for the shield at all. Yeah. Especially you would hit the enemies and it just make it go fly all around. And the special did no damage. So
some of the specials are weak. It's pretty much the same special as the spear. And the spear and I just feel like...
I think the spear is my least favorite. I love it.
The spear's good when you charge it up. When you get the one that charges it really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That does big dammies. But
buku damage.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
They're all interesting. They've all got their little place except for the shields, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I think the twists, or not the twists, the twin fists were actually my least favorite because they made me go into this mode of just randomly hitting buttons because I can't see anything. I feel like that was the worst when it came to spam because it was just totally random inputs from me. But that's a me thing. I'm sure it's just I can't handle it. It's too fast for my eyes, Chris.
I loved using the fist because you one of the aspects is the magnetic pull. But if you team that up with Poseidon, which knocks people back, you can just keep, pulling them and stuff and hitting them into walls, and it was awesome. They would die in 2 hits. That was the one special that really made sense to me and felt special. So, yeah. And with the shield, one of them, which was kind of cool, is the aspect of Zeus, I believe, where you kind of just toss it and it floats around, kind of like one of those old moon discs on TV.
Like a blade rift.
Yeah. Or whatever.
Moon discs. What TV are you watching? You watch too much baseball with your dad.
You're right.
Moon disc.
And you can pair that with Athena. So it's this constant shield just floating around deflecting everything. and you can call it so it follows you. Like, you can just keep running away from it, and it'll follow you indefinitely. So just be this nice constant shield behind you, deflecting whatever happens. Just little plus from the noggin from me, from the loser.
Priceless. Oh, I like that. I gotta.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll restart my suffering and try shield.
Don't.
The puppy dog shield method, as it were.
Yeah.
Wow, Chris. Are there any other things you guys want to talk about with Hades? I'm trying to think if there's, because we talked about the game as a whole. We talked about the weapons and the areas and the bosses.
No, I guess the music was all right, but then you got sick of hearing it after like 20 hours. But yeah,
it's a lot.
Have you guys played Enter the Gungeon?
Yes.
I have not.
Oh my god.
Really?
I kept comparing it to that in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that's the best roguelike out there still. And it really respects your skill, and it's really like all the enemies that spawn in really change how you approach them.
Mm-hmm.
And like that game has the least amount of possible, and it's like it really thinks of the player. Just like once you kill all the enemies in a room, you move really fast, so you can just walk around and you go. And almost every room has a teleport in it. So if you want to go back somewhere, you just teleport there instead of running the whole way,
all the way back,
like in Hollow Knight, where you spend hours just backtracking and pulling up the map, going, where am I again? And then, I mean, Hollow Knight's not a roguelike, but it's just, I found that frustrating.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm done.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I tried Into the Gungeon a long time ago, and I definitely felt like it did respect my skill more, and I felt like I actually grew playing it, which I don't feel like I grew playing Hades.
No, I started autopiloting Hades.
Yes.
And like I was saying earlier, the game knows it's full of just... So it lets you die like up to 4 times if you buy the tooth keepsake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You get to die 4 times. So it's like there's not a lot of tension.
Yeah,
I guess.
And I think
you can die more than 4 times too if you restore them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to restore them too. Once you figure out how, it's like not even hard to get your lives back.
Yeah.
I don't know. I agree with you, especially because routinely, by the time I maybe had done 40 runs, I was pretty familiar with the game. I would never lose a Death's Defiance before Hades, and often I wouldn't use a Death's Defiance when I fought him, Like, I just wish there were modifiers where it was like, oh, you only get 1 life, but you get, double the rewards, or you can choose the rewards you get instead of getting a diamond you don't want, or an ambrosia you don't want, or it didn't seem user-friendly in that way.
Yeah, that's the thing I thought of too, is like, you should get, like, say you end a run with 600 coins, that should give you maybe like 300 darkness, or like give you this choice to not buy anything and build up gems or darkness or something that you're missing. Or just let me put the thing up to 32 heat and then give me like 16 Titan blood when I kill the first boss. But that would...
I very much agree. Break it, but
then you would only play the game like 20 times. And they don't want that,
Because it's more enjoyable. It's quality over quantity.
Oh, for sure. But they don't want that.
That's fine. But there aren't many players out there who would feel confident doing that. But for the players that want to, like me, just give me goodies.
Yeah. Like, if you can do it, good for you. And I think that they should allow it, Like, I remember doing that. I went it up to, like, the first time I unlocked the heat, I was like, ooh, I'm going to put it up to 6 so I get all the rewards. And I didn't. And I was mad. I was like, what? I just got this crap and I have to go back and do the easy ones? So I very much agree.
Yeah.
I wasn't reading, so I never got the first warning. So I had, like, 5 heat. And then a couple runs later, I read that's like, oh, you should put it down. back to 1.
Yeah.
Darn it.
I saw that right away, and it's like, well, I put it on 9-minute timer, but it's like, what? Nothing changes.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
For sure.
So what's the point?
9 minutes is so easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
What's the point, Supergiant?
What's the point?
They're gonna be so disappointed when they watch this, Renn.
Yeah.
Yeah, they retweeted you guys.
Yeah.
We're a big deal. It's gonna be very sad for them.
But I think that's all I got on the game.
Okay. Before we before we get into more questions about you, Renn, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 2.
Between 1 and 2.
Between 1 and 2.
Does that include decimals?
Yes. No, just 1 or 2.
2.
2.
1 or 2.
Well, where did it go? I'll just use mine. Christopher Williams, you got a free copy of Hades for PS5. And
Whoa!
I'll DM you later. So,
Now that we said all this negativity, have fun with your free
You're gonna love
copy
it.
of Hades.
It's a good game. It is a good game.
No, I really like it.
I'm happy I played it.
Yeah, like despite everything negative I've said about it with my complaints, it's one of those games that just stuck with me, man. I just really enjoyed it. I loved the music, and I liked the narrative, and I just thought it was such a breath of fresh air for me. But I'm not a guy who plays this kind of game.
That art design, though, so nice looking.
Baby.
So clean looking.
I enjoyed it. So
I'd say 8 out of 10.
That's a
what
good
I give it.
number.
solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I guess one more thing. I love the character design. Like, how they interpreted all the gods was perfect. So,
I love how huge they all are. It's hilarious.
yeah.
Especially like Hades and Zeus. They're just so freaking thick.
Like Hermes' big
gigantic.
leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
they're awesome.
I love Nyx's design. I thought
She's
hers was
cool.
by far my favorite. It just looks so clean and, symmetrical and just perfect.
I like
Cool colors.
Hypnos.
I do have to go pretty soon.
Okay.
Oh, excuse us.
She's going to be back soon, and we got to do dinner stuff.
Okay.
I'm sorry. We'll be very fast here. We'll be
Okay.
very fast. You answered a lot of these questions on your own because you're seeing in the future. Yeah. Just in our
Ooh.
discussion, you've been pretty good. We wanted to ask you quickly about, because I know you've talked about several of the Call of Duty games on your channel.
Mm-hmm.
I know you haven't been too hot on especially like Black Ops 4, and I don't think you didn't like Cold War. I didn't either. I wasn't really hot on those. But Chris and I are huge Call of Duty fans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we love Call of Duty, even if it's not always in the perfect state. And we want to know what you think is like, what's wrong with modern Call of Duty? What would you do to change it? Did you like the other Call of Duties? Or are you really not a COD guy in general?
I'm not a Call of Duty person in general. The Call of Duty that the only one I really, really have enjoyed is the one that everybody seemed to hate. So I think that says a lot about what the audience wants and what I want, which is I want depth and decision making in the combat or like map design, and they seem to want more fast-paced, arcadey chaos, I guess.
Emptiness, but
Like,
like there's pockets of where the combat's going to be every time.
Yeah. I don't know quite, because I'm not a big Call of Duty. The amount of multiplayer hours I have are very few. So I'm not really too qualified to talk about it. But I just feel like it's too easy is like the wrong way to phrase it for the standard multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe just like there's just not enough there for me to latch onto. But I've also really fallen off of multiplayer in FPS in general because it's just not interesting me anymore. I've been playing Tetris actually.
Yeah.
You ever do ranked Tetris?
That sounds terrifying.
It's awesome. There's so much more strategy. No, we're like evenly matched. So sometimes you get these 20-minute matches where you're dropping multiple Tetrises, and you're sending garbage over to him, and then he uses all the garbage you sent him, and he sends you a bunch of stuff over here, and it's like you're battling, and it goes on forever, and by the end of it, you're like you're sweating and you're dehydrated, and you're like,
sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Jesus
heart
Christ,
palpitations.
like, yeah, I can't believe I won. I thought I was going to lose 8 times, and then you search again, and then you get paired up with the same guy, and it's like, he's pissed at me. He's really going to want to. And so it's like, it's really, I get a lot out of that, right? Call of Duty is just like, yeah, I spawned and immediately died. That was really cool.
Yeah. It's kind of like what you were talking about with Hades, where you kind of just go on autopilot with Call of Duty almost. You know,
yeah,
at least that's
it's
how
like
I
you know where they're going to spawn, and then like, yeah.
I will say, I share one thing with you, Renn. I too have all the achievements for Call of Duty 2.
Ooh.
So, I loved Call of Duty 2 back in the day, and a funny thing is, I got all the achievements for my brother's account, not realizing it was his account, so I had to do it again because I couldn't have that. That's
the D-Day on Veteran was really hard on that. I remember being stuck there.
Yeah, I mean, they would just chuck a million grenades at you.
And that's before you could throw them back.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I admire that.
What else? What else we got?
Let me see here.
Hit me with them.
I know that, Chris, you might have some of these. But, quickly. What is your most anticipated game of 2022?
2022?
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're still in 2021, huh? But either or.
I don't even really know
game.
what's coming out, to be honest. Oh, Elden Ring. That'd be it.
Yeah.
Good decision.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's the one game trailer I've seen the past year that made me go, yeah.
Oh. It's
play
fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you played all the Dark Souls games?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
all the achievements in them.
Oh.
All the achievements in Sekiro.
Yeah. I got that one.
Yeah.
That's so much pain.
I like it.
Couldn't do the achievements in all of Dark Souls. Don't you have to like get 1 trillion rings and like play 100 hours of PvP and
there's ways around ridiculous. The PvP that you could grind. You're talking Dark Souls 3. You could grind a certain statue-esque guy that would drop the item.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not as big a man. I'm struggling through Dark Souls right now, and I want to shoot myself.
It's awesome.
I can't do it. I just
keep the gun in the drawer, locked away.
I'll keep fighting for you. Yeah. I just hate it so much. But no, that's I think that's a great answer. Elden Ring is going to be hopefully fantastic.
Yeah, they haven't disappointed really yet.
I say they've been shooting straight, so I hope it keeps going that way. I'm excited for anything FromSoft does. So
yeah. What else we got?
Quick one. Just a quick one. Halo Infinite. What are your thoughts?
Don't care.
Hello.
Just don't care.
This just in.
Yeah. Full blown apathy.
Is the worst emotion. The lack of.
I'm 343. In my eyes, they haven't made a good Halo game. I played the thing, whatever, the flight. Mm-hmm. I didn't care for it.
Okay.
I don't think that was representative of how the game's actually going to play, because it was all bots.
Yeah.
Except for like the last 12 hours, which I didn't play that because I didn't like how it felt a lot like Halo 5, because I didn't think Halo 5 felt very good. I think the aim assist is really weird, and the range where it falls off with certain guns, it's just I didn't care for it. And I don't see myself playing that multiplayer for more than a couple hours, really. Mm-hmm. Especially because they got this season pass nonsense, and they want you to grind, and I just don't. That's not why we should be playing games, to unlock cosmetics. You should be playing because it's fun, not because you want to reach the end of the season pass. But I guess they're going to be real lenient with that. Not that, I've never hit the end of any season pass in any game, so it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Apathy. That's the answer.
Apathy.
I
Dang.
respect it.
I like that answer. I think that, and especially coming from you, I think it actually does matter. To someone like me I played Halo 3. It's the only Halo I ever played, and I loved it back in the day, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I know that you're a Halo veteran, as it were.
Yeah.
So it is, throughout all the Halo controversy that's been going on, it's been interesting to hear what you have to say. So I've been waiting for you to put out an actual video on Infinite. So
I'll review it, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. My channel's taken an interesting direction where I don't feel like I could put out a video talking about like a beta or something, because everything I do is like really, I don't know, curated and intensive
In depth.
now. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's also, I'm just not interested in making a video about that.
I was going to say,
But I do
all of
have
your
one thing I
videos
want to
so
say.
come down, Chris.
Oh no! If you're gonna fill me up with a compliment,
far. I was. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Here. It's my job. I was going to say,
let's get it.
like, even when you don't like the games that you play for the videos, you're always very passionate. And I really admire that. You really take the time for all
Thank
of your
you.
videos, and they're very entertaining and very enlightening half the time. So
Well, good. It's because I'm passionate about the video more so than the game. Usually, yeah. But with the Halo Infinite Flight, I have a very cynical theory where I don't understand. Maybe they explained it somewhere, but why was it bots? Like, fighting bots, first of all, is not a representation of how the game's going to actually play.
Yeah.
And so they are what seemed like they were beta testing the bots to they want their AI to be smarter. So they put it out into the world and get 100,000 people play testing these bots. I figure, what if they want to get the bots so good that, like, say somebody who's like a low skilled player hops on the game and they're getting decimated by real players. Maybe 343 has a system. They go, oh, this guy, he's probably not having fun. Let's put him in with the bots, and he won't know. He'll think he's doing okay.
Through the matchmaking.
And like, or they could be like trying to get an algorithm for the AI to work for if some kind of battle royale mode that they might be working on. But I think for that to be the first impression of Halo Infinite that everybody has, for them to go, no, let's put bots in there. Let's have them fight low-level bots where every match ends with the bots have 12 points and then the humans have 50 points. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's a little insidious.
I don't. I'm not at all trusting of 343.
That is interesting. I would never even thought about that. That's interesting.
There's something happening. I don't know what. I can only speculate, but there's something afoot.
I would love to see you do
Unless
like
you
a
guys
ridiculous. No, I think you're right. That'd be interesting, and that makes sense that they want to keep players playing, right? Because the way they make money now isn't from you buying the box; it's from you buying the season pass, the microtransactions, and they keep little Timmy in there by making him feel good by letting him play against bots. But I would love to see a video from you with some horribly ridiculous conspiracy about what the bots are going to be used for. They're mining cryptocurrency in the game. But no, I think you're right, man. That is weird.
It's just a little, this doesn't compute.
Yeah. I agree. I think we have one more question, Josh.
One more.
Let's do.
The question, it actually relates a lot to what you were saying about how you don't really know what you're like, or you're not sure what you can post about, or maybe you are sure, but like something like a beta doesn't really fit into your thing now. And it's like, where do you feel like your channel is right now? How has YouTube treated you? Stuff like that. Like, what got you started on YouTube? Pretty much just tell us how you feel about your experience being a quote unquote world famous YouTuber.
Yeah, world famous. Played in all 50 states, I'll tell you that. I don't know. I'm not too pleased with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll tell you, I have no idea where the channel is, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to branch off of, or not, I don't want to stop doing video games, but I'd like to have the freedom to just talk about something else for a video or two, and then like something big like Halo Infinite comes out, and I was like, I'll do that. But I'd like to be able to diversify a little bit more, because the video games lately haven't really been all that interesting. So I've been focusing on like bigger topics within gaming.
Yeah.
I'm working on a video right now about open world games, which we'll see. It'll be good, but as for how it performs, there's no way of knowing.
Yeah.
Because the algorithm is a real tricky thing, but it's also like, it's not always the algorithm. You have to appease your current fan base. And if you don't do that, then it doesn't get picked up.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's like, what my fan base watches isn't. It's always like FPS console shooters seems to be for mine. Like so hard and lean more towards like hardcore gamers. Yeah. So like a video on rhythm games, that's not something my audience wants, but I know it's something that a lot of people would be into, because videos about DDR, man, they kill. So I saw a video a couple months ago. It was called The Wild World of DDR Controllers. And it's 24 minutes of a guy talking about DDR controllers. And it's got like 700,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a well put together video. It's a good watch. But no one in my audience would think that people would want to see that. So it's like, it's a really slow glacial change that I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And have I been treated by YouTube? I don't know. You're sort of like a pawn, really.
Mm-hmm.
A
cog in their machine.
Yeah. I can message their help system and they'll respond. Sometimes it's just a robot. Sometimes it's a real person. You can definitely tell. Yeah. It's a really weird thing. Really, really weird thing. But luckily there's sponsorships that kind of curb the RNG, as it were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game of YouTube.
Yep.
No, it's interesting hearing what you had to say, especially about audiences. It's kind of fascinating. I hadn't really thought about that. And I guess that's true, because I was confused about why your rhythm game video didn't do so well. What is that, like 5,000 views right now? The re-upload?
Yeah.
And it's sad. I liked it, but it's, I don't know. I'd never even thought about that. Because, I mean, you go viral, perhaps, with one video that's about, Warhammer Kill Team, but, like, you don't even, it's, like, not even your big thing, right? Like, you just do tabletop RPGs, but all of your fans are all Warhammer Kill Team guys, and, like, if you put anything else out, they don't like it. So
that's your channel.
Yeah.
That's why I tell everybody, if they're starting out, don't make a video you don't want to make, because if it does well, then that's the video you're stuck with.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Yeah.
That is
when my
fascinating.
Dead Rising 4 video did well, I was like, I can do that. I can keep doing that. But not Dead Rising. There was this guy named Genry Perez who had he had a Dead Rising 4 video that blew up, but he only stuck with Dead Rising. And that doesn't, I mean, if you make it too niche, then Dead Rising is dead.
Yeah.
Now it's dead lowering.
It's in the name.
Yeah. I don't even think they're working on a fifth one. I think it got canned. So
sad.
Genry, for all I know, he's doing well right now, but and he can absolutely come back and do something.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not doomed. Yeah. Like Toby Turner's doomed. Something happened.
Oh no.
Yeah, like he's got 6 or 7 million subscribers, but his videos don't go out to anybody by the looks of it. I don't know. I don't know why I brought up Toby Turner. I haven't thought of him in like 3 years.
Apparently, neither of his subscribers.
Yeah.
Ooh,
wow.
Sorry, Toby. Wow. Sorry, Tobe. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know what Toby Turner is. It's okay.
Oh, he was on Cartoon Network.
Really?
I think so. I think he was on the Annoying Orange TV show.
That was a show.
Yeah. Tobuscus.
Yeah,
He
he
turned
got
into a TV
yeah,
show.
Tobuscus.
Tobuscus.
Oh, Tobuscus. I
Yeah.
know what
Yeah.
Tobuscus is. I was 12 once. Yes. No, I probably have a dead YouTube channel. So subscribe to him and PewDiePie.
Maybe that's where. Yeah, all his fans have dead channels.
Just dead channels from dead
Yeah.
children.
Yep.
All in the meat of Five Guys. Full circle, guys. This is wonderful.
And I think that... oh, sorry. I think that
That's all you,
about
my brother.
wraps it up for us, right? I know you
Is
gotta
that a
go.
potty?
That's a potty.
Body.
Yeah, baby.
I just
Yes,
want to say thank you
sirree.
so much for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having. This was fun.
And thank you
Yeah.
for being so
Fun,
communicative, too.
Oh
You actually
yeah.
respond? Oh, baby.
Don't
Magical.
put that out into the public. Don't let people know I respond.
Sorry.
They'll know. Like
We'll cut it
expect.
out.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, thank you. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Supergiant Games for Hades. Thank you, Christopher Williams, for commenting to win a Hades copy.
And good for him.
Yeah, good for
Yes.
him. He had a 50-50 chance. So good job.
And I'm sorry for the other guy that I didn't pick the number one.
Yeah.
Deeply sorry.
Should have been a winner.
Should have been.
But if you really want something, whoever was number one should come to me on Patreon. I guess.
There you go.
Or yeah, I don't
Pretty wonderful.
know. Yeah.
But yeah, I love you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. It was awesome having you on,
Yeah.
and we love our viewers, all 4 of them. We thank you guys so much, and we hope you guys have a fantastic
You guys make it
day.
8. Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's 100%
Oh my
more.
A lot of pressure.
Oh, baby.
I don't
Man.
think I can handle that. Too much.
Totally too good.
Yeah.
Too amazing. But we thank you guys for
Right.
watching. Adios. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
But yeah.
Bye-bye.
Kaboom.
Okay, kaboom.
Yes.
Caboodle.
Oh, thank you so much, man. That was awesome.
The sun within fire.